Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to another video. So, as you can see, you might see a bit of change. What is this whole upgrade to plus thing that we're seeing here? So, let me explain. So, I think over the last few days, I was thinking, right? So, uh, basically, what happens is when you take sharpener newly, but if you're not taking sharpener for college, and if you go for like sharpener for graduated students, right, or for college pass out, then what happens is after the 14-day trial, you need in the 14 days you need to accumulate 4,000 points, and after that, right, maybe in like 15 or 16 days, you have to submit the ISA. You cannot move forward anymore, right, without submitting the ISA in sharpener for college pass outs. Whereas in sharpener for college, it's basically for someone who is a college student, or if you're, or if you want to take things at a slightly slower pace. Excuse me. So yeah, as I was explaining, so if you want to take things at a slightly slower pace, or you are, or if you have something going on, which makes you unsure of, uh, you wanting to take the commitment right away. And since I'm not currently working and I don't have the saving either, so the ISA has a couple of clauses, right? So the ISA doesn't mean you can just study and then drop out for free, right? That's not how this works. So they are very serious and they're genuinely, very invested in ensuring that anyone who takes sharpener for college pass outs, they get a job, right? Because that is the only time sharpener makes money. Whereas in sharpener for college students, right? In sharpener for college, the basic idea is it's primarily targeted towards students who are still in college, and hence those are people who cannot, who sharpener cannot extend, give the ISA to right at the beginning, because it doesn't make any sense if you're still studying in college, right? You might have 2 years, 3 years, even 4 years left for that matter. So because of that uncertainty, they have, two different options. Now, in sharpener for college pass outs, whereas in sharpener for college pass out, right, the idea is that you have already graduated, so they present the ISA up earlier on so that even they know that you're serious and it's a commitment from both you and from sharpener's end, right? And there are a couple of things. So, whereas if you try one in the ISA, irrespective, the ISA, I believe, is the same whether you take it for college or you know, or you go for the college pass out route, right? The ISA is ideally the same, but yeah, there were a couple of clauses wherein, like, due to whatever reasons, if you dropped out, say after a month or after 50 days, or you spent more than 50 days, but you still haven't come to the placement module, and for some unfortunate reason, if someone has to drop out, then there is a fee that has to be paid, right? It's clearly mentioned. So there is no sort of a so everything is mentioned in simple English, right? Unlike all other contracts that I've seen, right, which have like very small terms and conditions, there's nothing of that sort. Everything is crystal clear and it's transparent, and anyone who reads it and has a decent understanding of English should be able to understand what is given there, right? They've put it in as simple words as possible. I don't think I haven't seen any such simple contract so far, right? In any pay after placement structure that I've come across. But yeah, that was the basic idea, that you have to pay some amount of money because you've used the services, you have gained a bit of knowledge, right? So obviously, it makes sense that you have to drop out because they had made a commitment to get the job. But if we are choosing to drop out, then for whatever reason, it's not sharpener's fault, and they need to be compensated for the time that they've invested in helping you learn and all of that, giving you a structured path. So it made sense, but since I don't have the savings, while I'm willing to put in the time commitment, I have a couple of, I have an interview that should be scheduled probably by the end of the week, and if that works out, I don't know how the time commitment is going to change. Also, I have a couple of issues at home because of which, I'm not able to give as much time at this point. So, I decided to find a re-register on Sharpener and go for like Sharpener for college, right? Because I understood this, and Basically, so basically in Sharpener for College, you can go through the entire curriculum, and once you've completed the entire curriculum before your placement module starts, that is when you have to sign the ISA. And I felt like it is more of a, it is slightly, felt more secure given my particular condition, although I might miss out on certain small features. So as you can see in like the Sharpener original module, right, we had multiple mock interviews like within the first DSA itself. Whereas in Sharpener for college, you just have like two mock interviews, right? Whereas in Sharpener for college passouts, I think you'll have somewhere around three, and also I think in here in Sharpener for college, you can see FANG Ground Zero Simulator, right? So I believe this would be similar to what the DSA exam was in Sharpener for college passouts. So that is my assumption. And also, there's a small catch in Sharpener for college. You want to get access to the live doubt sessions, you have to upgrade to a plus, right? So if I click on Get Plus, you can see it costs 7,500 basically. Now, a lot of people can be like, I'm studying in college. This 7,500 is like way too much. So why do I have to do, pay this if it's a pay after placement module? And see, in Sharpener for college, they will help you with internships since it is primarily targeted towards college students, right? They'll help you. There are guaranteed internships provided you have completed the curriculum and done everything that is required to be done, right? Before helping the student with internships, which is fair. And 7,500 might seem like a large amount for some folks, I understand. But think of it this way, right? I've seen the doubt sessions, and the mentors who come on the doubt sessions, they really, I've seen people take 20 minutes to explain one student's doubt. Just 20 minutes just to solve one student's doubt, right? So it's not easy. They are investing a lot of time, and they go in depth. They break down the doubt step by step, and teach you in case you're not getting it. So I definitely feel it's worth it. So I'll probably be going for it sometime in the future. So yeah, that is about it. Right. So I re-registered, and like you see, I basically I've completed the same number of assignments, right? You can go to assignments. I've completed 5 assignments. I have to start with the sixth one. Now there were 25 in Sharpener for college passouts, right? There were 25 assignments. However, here we can see there are like only 23. I don't know what I'm missing out, or what are two extra assignments for people who choose Sharpener for college passouts. Probably someone who has gone through that route can explain how it works. But I don't think it should make a lot of difference, right? So, yeah, I think so. In this Sharpener for college students, have to complete all the way to OOPS, and then have some sort of after I complete bit manipulation, there's some sort of a FANG round zero simulator, right? So which I assume will be some sort of a test again, similar to the DSA test that was there. So these are the key differences I've noticed, right? And that's the update. So if you're thinking, what is this whole plus thing? Why are we seeing this? Do we even need to worry about this? Don't really worry. There's not much difference, like very minuscule differences. So I think it should be perfectly fine. So that is about where I am, and I'll be starting off with the sixth assignment. Sorry for the weird noise. You know, my parents are, cooking something. They're working on some new dish, so they're grinding spices or something. So there's noise from the mixie or the mixer, as you would call it. So let me get started on the sixth assignment, and I'll update you guys. I think the plan was complete the sixth assignment. As you can see, I've started pretty late. A couple of things happening. So it's close to 6 p.m. I'll get started on the sixth one, and from 7 to 12, right up to English, I think it should be fairly straightforward looking at the, point breakdown. I don't think it'll take a lot of time. But from rotate arrays, I know it's going to be fairly difficult. And anything, so the goal is, although since I restarted, I get, 14 days. And I obviously, mostly just copy pasted the code because I didn't want to spend again, start over and spend time on problems that I've already done. It made that obviously does not make a lot of sense to me. So I took about an hour, hour and a half, just copy pasted the code and you know solved all the way up to where I had stopped in the sharpener for college pass out in the other account. So and yeah, in sharpener for college pass out without submitting the ISA, you cannot go forward at all. So that was a bit of a bummer, and so I thought, you know, yeah, and that is the reason since I couldn't continue forward, I just created this new account and got started here. So I'll keep you guys posted, and yeah, we'll see how much I can do. Ideally, I want to, the moment I complete sixth one, I think from I'll go all the way to 12 today itself, right? I think that should be fairly good enough. I have, and after that, I just want to take a break. I want to watch a couple of tech products that are going to be launched. One is obviously the Samsung event. I don't think I'll be able to stay up and watch the event live, but I'll certainly watch, the video tomorrow or whatever unboxings come out later today, right? But the event itself is at 11:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, so it's pretty late. The other product that I'm really excited about is the DJI event. I believe they're releasing a newer, updated version of their wireless mic, and whatever audio you're hearing on these videos, right, from the beginning has always been recorded on the DJI wireless mic, right? So after watching a lot of reviews, I personally was into, tech photography and videography earlier, like long back as a hobby. So I had mentioned, right, I kept buying gadgets. So anything related to cameras, I was pretty much jumping the gun, buying them. So this time around, I watched a lot of reviews. I wanted to keep it cheaper. There were a couple of cheaper alternatives compared to the DJI wireless mic. But from all the reviews I saw, this one has a really good range, and this one was among the best. And certainly it was just as pricey, but I think in the long run, it makes perfect sense. I'm able to use it with my phone. If I want to do record stuff on my iPad, it works. I'm recording with the laptop, that works. I can record with my camera, that also works, right? When I buy a camera, I don't have one now because I had to sell it. But yeah, that was about it. So cool, guys. I don't want to waste any more time. It's already been way too long that I've been ranting, but that's the update. Just keeping things transparent, just like sharpener. So I'll get started. I'll continue this journey, and I'll update you guys, once I'm done with the assignments, and let you know how it went. Hey guys, so I'm back. Uh, I'll just show you what happened, right? So you can look at the timestamp here, right? So it's currently 9 p.m. and it is just about 3 hours, right, since I started. So in 3 hours, all I was able to do was just the last question of bit manipulation. That was not the last question, the sixth assignment of bit manipulation. It was a hell of a question, a medium level question that was, taken out from lead code. There were a lot of edge cases, couldn't really figure out the approach itself, you know, because it was very tricky, right? And bitwise operators, it's a bit tricky to understand. So I spent an after about 1 hour 15 minutes or so, I looked at the hint video where initially there were multiple videos, right? There are about four videos in total. Wherein the first video is uh, how would I say, the first video just explains the approach or the logic behind the question, and that helped me understand how to, and after watching the logic, I was able to pass a couple of test cases. I think it was maybe four test cases or so, because I was missing a very important, part of the logic, right? So I had about 30-40 minutes remaining on the timer, and I was still thinking hard, couldn't get it. So eventually, once the entire 2 hour timer was up, right, I was like, okay, fine, I'll move on to the next hint video, and then I got the logic. But that was not it, right? And I had to watch all the four videos in order to figure out, where there was a mistake. And yeah, so it was pretty time consuming. I'm not sure how I'll, get to the time complexity. Uh, Unfortunately, I have to get to the time complexity part tomorrow itself, right? So an entire day, an entire 3 hours was spent just on a single question. I have no regrets, though. It just goes to show that I have to, practice a lot more. So I will do that. I keep saying I'll do that, but I'm not sure when. But yes, I will carve out time one way or another. I'm just a bit stressed with the interview that needs to be scheduled. I'm hoping that it works out so that, one part of my financial situation is sorted, and then it gives me some peace of mind to focus on what needs to be done here in the web development part. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Sorry, unfortunately, won't be moving to the time complexity portion of the module today. So I'll start it off tomorrow, and yes, tomorrow I promise, as far as I can tell, I'm pretty sure I'll complete the time and space complexity, the 5 or 6 assignments that are there along with the communication one. So we'll make some progress tomorrow. Going by the old timeline, I would have had 9 days remaining today. That'll shrink down to 8 days tomorrow. So I'll still try and adhere to that particular timeline. It's the old timeline. So yeah. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you got some more use out of today's video compared to the other video, compared to the previous ones, because I feel like I gave a bit more information about how sharpener functions, and whether sharpener for college or sharpener for college pass out would be more ideal for you. So I hope that helps. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, do subscribe to the channel so that you and hit the bell icon so that you can get regular updates whenever I post a video. Additionally, if you have a friend or a relative looking to get into coding, do consider sharing the video with them so that they can also make an informed decision on whether they need to get into coding, and if they do want to get into coding, whether Sharpener would be the right platform for them, so they can make that decision on their own. And lastly, yes, do leave a like and comment your thoughts on the video. Thank you guys. Bye bye. See you in the next one.